Okay, stop the music. Stop the music. What is going on? It is 5:30. Troy, do you know how to keep a schedule, buddy? Come on. Yeah. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm skipping the countdown. I was going to let it play and do my normal thing, but by golly, I need to apologize. For those of you who actually clicked, expecting to see this live, the voiceover weekly stew. Troy W. Hudson, by the way, the voiceover with personality. And apparently he thinks he can just roll in anytime live, even though he says it's going to be 5 o'clock East and 2 o'clock P. That's the way he rolls, apparently. No, seriously. I'll make the long woe story short, if I possibly can. And that is to say, first off, I'm sorry. Second off, let me explain. I started firing things up at 4:30, about an hour ago, a half hour before the program, just to make sure everything was working right. And everything was not working right. I fired up my eCam software, which is basically what is letting me do what I'm doing now with the logo stuff in the corner, and allows me to switch cameras if I want to. So that's what it's supposed to connect to the camera, the Lumix G85 camera, and normally it does. I'm getting some weird things on my screen, so bear with me just a second here. And I'll explain why in just a second. You're not seeing it, but I think I'm seeing it. Good morning, Felix Vallone. Okinawa, Japan. Dude, so good to see your graphic there. Oh, man. Felix and I go way back. Way back. And I'll get to the delay in just a second. But, man, I'm so glad to see you're watching. The one episode where I end up showing up late. Felix and I served in the United States Army back together from I believe it was, we met in 83 or 84 and served up until I got out no, that's not right. It's only been 30 some odd years ago. 86 to 89, that's when it was. And then he served later, distinguishing himself as a drill sergeant, amongst other things, a fantastic broadcast journalist overseas. And now he is actually retired. Thank you for your service, Felix. I bailed after 6 years and 2 tours at Fort Bragg. 1987, thank you. If anybody knows the facts, it is this gentleman right here. Felix confirms it is 1987 through 1989 when I finally got out. Of the U.S. Army, but a fellow broadcast journalist. We did some time in the same. We were assigned to the same unit in 4th PSYOP Group at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So glad you made it. Now, and hope you're doing well over there in Japan. I know you guys had a few typhoons to deal with this season, but nonetheless, we are back on track with the voiceover weekly stew. Let me explain what happened here. Fired everything up, pre-production, half hour beforehand. Well, my goodness, we have more people. Good afternoon, Hal from the distant city way down the road, 10, 15 miles, Chapin, South Carolina. From Japan to South Carolina. Oh, I can tell this is going to be good. This is going to be a fun program. So I fired everything up. The Mac was acting a little clunky, as Macs sometimes can do after they've been heated up and just running on all cylinders all week. So the camera was not, eCam was not seeing my camera. Then the Mac was acting a little clunky, and then just some other stuff was going a little haywire. So I decided to reboot. Well, when you reboot this iMac, there's so many apps running on it. It has to quit everything, and then it's asking you, can I force quit this? And I said, well, of course you can force quit that. Go ahead and force quit it. That's why I said restart. Macs are, I'm not into the Windows Mac warfare kind of thing, but it is finally running, and I actually had my phone up, and I was going to abandon the multi-stream, and I was going to go straight to the iPhone and just go Facebook Live, but man, I really looked bad on Facebook with the iPhone camera. The DSLR cameras, they kind of give you a much better look. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about how you look, right? Okay. This is social media after all. Anyway, I normally will go through my calendar, and let me step you through that real quick just to let you see. This was my calendar this past week. There's Monday. Can you see Monday? Let me go over here to Monday. Yeah, there's Monday. There's Tuesday. There's Wednesday. Get over. There we go. There's Wednesday. There's Thursday. And here's Friday. And I'm already booked up for all of Saturday. Yeah, it's been quite a week, but that's not why I'm here. No, that's not why I'm here this week to talk about the projects. What I wanted to do is share with you something that's coming up next week on my calendar and kind of give you an idea of what it's like as a self-employed voice actor to actually prep for a trip or a vacation, mini vacation, which is what I'm doing next week. And all the steps, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, whether you're in the voiceover world or not, but specifically to the voiceover world, if you plan on not inconveniencing your clients and you plan on being capable of being on the road and still working if the need arises, then these are some of the steps I go through. And I just wanted to kind of step you through what I do to kind of prep for a trip. Now, here's the trip coming up. Next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I will be in Denver, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, baby. And always wanted to do that. Got that out of my system. Get that off the bucket list right there. Okay. I didn't sing, which is probably a good thing. So what we're doing is we're flying out of Columbia, South Carolina, United, a hop, skip, and a jump up there to Chicago, and from Chicago over there to Denver. And we're going there because it is my grandson Jack's first birthday. Yeah, baby. He's turning 1 at the end of September. And so we're going up there the day before, the day of, and then flying back the day after, which would be Thursday the 1st. Now, that's all well and good, and most people would say, oh, man, that's great. You know, you take a vacation, you get a little time away. Well, yes, and mostly yes, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that leads up to taking a trip like that. I reserved the tickets way back in 2 or 3 months ago, I think it was, when we finally decided, okay, let's do this. We don't like to miss grandkids' birthdays. I always took off work, dating back from the military when our first was born. We had a total of 4. And it was always a thing where always, Dad took the birthdays off, no matter what was going on. I scheduled it ahead of time. Always had birthdays as a special time, and it was like their day. They got to pick whatever they wanted to do. Obviously, it won. Jack's not really picking, but it was my desire to make sure that I didn't want to miss, if at all possible, any grandkids' birthdays. So when it's my oldest grandson, Liam, who lives in Florida, when his birthday rolls around, work stops, we go down there and we party with him, and the parties are just getting better, folks. I mean, he's 8, and the kid knows how to party. So, enjoy doing that. And so now what we got, actually last Sunday, we celebrated our first half birthday. My newest granddaughter, Julia, down in the low part of South Carolina, celebrated her 6th month on Earth. So we went down there and had a happy half birthday party. Never, ever done that before, but I like the idea. So I think I'll be celebrating and receiving gifts in June and December when my birthday rolls around this next year. So December is the birthday month, and then I guess June would be about the halfway point, or maybe June. So yeah, that's a good idea. Julia's a smart little bunny rabbit. She is, and she's gorgeous. So we partied last week, and next week actually, we're going to party again. So got the plane tickets, flying out of Columbia, going to Denver next week. So out of the loop, so to speak, what do you do to prep? Well, the first thing I do is I have to communicate this to my clients, and it's quite a list of folks that I deal with. What I did is I created a group email, first of all. What's the, that back there? That is a travel kit bag that I'm going to explain what's in there and kind of break that down, but not right now. So just be patient. I just made up a comment in my head that somebody was asking that. Nobody really asked it. I just thought it would be good since I looked over there and saw that. You're like, what's the chair and the bag doing back there? So yeah. So how do I prep for the trip out of studio? First, I generate a group email to all the clients I've worked with, probably regular basis, but also going back at least a year or two, who might just, need me all of a sudden during those 3 days. And the last thing you want to do is be, in. I'll try where it is. There it is, right there, right there. No, I don't see it yet. Let me see. Inbox, because I got a couple of replies. Where's it at? There it is. So yeah, where's it at? Come on, limited real estate space on the screen. Here we go. Yeah, so here was the email I sent out to 75 or 80 different clients, letting them know what was going on Thursday, to let them know that I would be flying out or leaving and unavailable starting Tuesday morning. So here's what I put. I said, hello, one and all. I hope you've been having an amazing September. I have. I wanted to let you know, there's an exclamation point after that. So I wanted to let you know I will be out of my studio from Tuesday, September 29th through Thursday, October 1st, and unavailable for VO production. I put that in bold type so they would know the days. And then I said, I will be in Denver celebrating my youngest grandson's first birthday. Yeah, he's excited too. Yeah, he's excited too. As a VO guy, I'm always looking at the words, trying to figure out a different way to read them. Anyway, I'll have my road gear with me. That's the bag in the back there. I'll have it with me. Should a project require emergency or short-term delivery, otherwise, I will be scheduling all work for when I return to my studio on Friday, October 2nd. Any projects that need my attention, please send them to me no later than early Monday morning. That would be the 28th, September 28th, so that I can guarantee delivery. I am blessed to work with you and apologize for any inconveniences this may cause during those 3 days next week. So let me get back to eCam if I can. Yeah, so as a courtesy email, I've seen other people do that, and I appreciated it. And I've got some really nice responses and people saying, have fun with, Jack. Some of them know who Jack is. He's a party beast, and we're going to have a good time in Colorado. No snow, apparently, no freak storms that I know of coming through. So the emails went out just to let people know. Then there's a matter of, I don't work directly with every person I do voiceovers with directly, like one-on-one, where I reach out and we have that back and forth on email. There are two platforms predominantly the other work comes from, and one of them is Fiverr, and the other is Upwork, more so on Fiverr than Upwork. Well, because I've got such a huge clientele on Fiverr, about 3,500 orders filled out with a vast number of is that kind of disorienting? Is that kind of freaking you out? Okay, I'll stop. A lot of repeat buyers, as they call them, and I'm a seller. And so because I work with some people quite often, and I never know when they're going to send me an order, I don't want to inconvenience them, and I don't have their contact information outside of Fiverr because that's very restrictive, and they don't like to do that. They don't like you to do that because they want to keep the business on there, and they want to take their 20%. I get it. It's a business. So what I had to do is go then back into Fiverr and Upwork, mostly Fiverr, and then find all the messages to all the clients that I do a lot of work with. And then I would send them basically the same message, a little briefer without going into a lot of personal detail, just letting them know that I'm extending my delivery date, which is something else I would do on Fiverr. Normally I have a 2-day delivery date with a 1-day rush order. Extra I will add for somebody needing a voiceover. But in this case, I extended it out like 7 or 8 days from yesterday. I'll go ahead and go back in there and change that to 5 days on Monday morning. So I will, if somebody wants to order, they'll they'll be able to get it by Friday or Saturday, depending on when they order on Monday. So that's one of the things I have to do. Adjust the delivery date, send out messages to all the heavy repeat buyers that I have on Fiverr. And so it's just a matter of covering all those bases, so when it's time to actually fly out, I'm not thinking, oh, what if somebody needs me last minute or on my flying day? It can be awkward, it can be inconvenient for them, and the last thing you want to do is inconvenience the people that need you, that have built your business. In my case, there's quite a few of them, and I don't want anybody to not get the message. So how do I reply to messages when I'm actually there and in transit? And I've always got a handy, trusty, dusty iPhone here, which has a Fiverr app and has an Upwork app and has several other apps on there. And, of course, email app. And I'm usually really quick to respond. Obviously, when I'm flying and it's in airplane mode, I'm not going to respond. But, that's a couple of 3 hours, usually. So like when I land in Chicago, I'll check my phone to see if there are messages, and I'll respond back. And oftentimes my phone I'm processing stuff on my phone. I'm sending offers, I'm sending bids. This baby has meant so much to me, and that's why it's a legit tax deduction every year. I take a big tax deduction for the use of this phone because it is a lifeline when I am not sitting in here actually working. So, yeah, responding to messages is not an issue in this day and age, except when you're like up in the clouds and you can't have your phone on. But other than that, then you're probably asking, well, Troy, are you never really down? I mean, do you never really vacate? Vacate? That's a word? Sure it is. When you're there, are you present with the family? And the answer is absolutely yes. When it is time to visit and party hard with the family, birthday parties, because let me tell you, a 1-year-old with a lot of toys, it's a blast. I know it will be. And oh, by the way, his older sister, Claire Bear, if you're listening, sweetie, got some stuff for you too, so don't worry. So yeah, when I'm there, I am present, but there are always down times. I mean, come on, let's face it, people get up, walk around, mill around, pick up your phone, glance at it. Oh, I didn't get any messages. Okay, oh, there's one. And you take, 30, 45 seconds to respond, and then you're back to family activities. And so, and before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, there's different times because the clients I work with are all over the world in different time zones. I know there's messages coming in all the different times of the day and night, and obviously I'm not answering them at the wee hours of the morning because I want to be rested and I want to be fresh and I want to visit with the people I'm there to visit with. So there's a balance involved. Having the phone means that I am connected, that I have access, but it does not mean I am a slave to the access or that is a priority. Recently, I've really been focusing on being there in the moment, and that means keeping that balance in check. And the balance is always going to be skewed more toward family and life priorities, more so than business, as much as I value the business and the people that make my life wonderful with, calling on me to work and paying me really nicely. I never want to lose that balance. And there have been times when I have, just out of necessity, but in the big scheme of things, the big picture, I do not want that to be the norm. But there is a lot of stuff that I never knew went on with running your own business. When, I'm the guy sending out the emails. I'm the guy making sure the kit bag is packed. Yes, I'll get to it. And I'm the guy making sure that the work gets done. And when the work's not getting done, I don't pay me. It's non-negotiable. No work, no pay. Okay. So that's how I reply to messages. I dealt with the Fiverr and Upwork stuff, adjusting the delivery dates on the Fiverr gigs. One of the things that's if you're not on Fiverr, then you can't skip this because it's live. But on the playback, fast forward, skip like a minute. On Fiverr, there is something called vacation mode. And in my experience, I've been on there since March of 2016. Finger around your nose. Okay, there we go. The one thing that I have noticed is to never put it on vacation mode. Just extend your delivery dates. There is some debate. My personal experience after 4+ years is that it doesn't work. It's a negative. Your impressions go down. Your click rate goes down. And it's just not healthy for the gigs you have that were performing well, and then suddenly things drop off because you disappeared from their platform. Who's here? I'm trying to get her up there on the screen. There she is, Tammy. Thank you, darling, for joining me. Yeah, oh, there we go. So yeah, let's see. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so basically don't put it on vacation mode and just delay your delivery date. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's see, delivery dates. Oh, okay. So that's covering all the bases. That's making sure nobody's inconvenienced. That's making sure everybody knows you're leaving. You're not going to be around. But I did put in the email I would have my kit with me. And this is an investment I made and something I decided to do early last year. I just determined that, whenever I go out of town, if it's more than a day, I'm going to bring this kit. And let me bring it in. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kit. Oh, Mr. Kit. I bought this nice, rugged backpack. Now, it's more packed than I normally need it to be. In fact, I haven't opened this in a while. There's no telling what I left in here from last time. I brought this with me on, I want to say 3 trips, maybe 4, over the past year plus. The first time I brought it, this time last year, I was prepping to go to Dallas, Texas for the EWN Energy World Net Conference Master of Ceremonies gig that I was doing for them in Texas at Texas Motor Speedway. And I knew I'd be there for, I think, 3 or 4 days, including travel. So I bought all the pieces and parts, started with the backpack. I knew that for a portable road kit, I needed a microphone. So I unhooked and took my Sennheiser. Come on in here. I took my Sennheiser MKH416. And this is the travel case with a Sennheiser. Nice and sturdy. And there's the original pop screen that goes with it. And there's the mount that goes on a mic stand. And I think that's it. Yeah. And of course, the microphone would go right in there. Packed well. And that is what was in the bag. But of course, if I do it now, then you wouldn't be able to hear me. So I won't do it. I have not invested, by the way, in a second Sennheiser mic. I use the one that I use in my studio because of the infrequency of actually traveling. If it becomes more of a thing, I will invest in a second Sennheiser microphone because I want the sound to match as close as possible. On a good day, on a sale, you can get them around $850, I think I've heard. I got this one on eBay, found a great deal for around $7.5 2 years ago. And so I went with that. But yeah, it's the next one I get will probably be new. I'll probably get it from Sweetwater. Sweetwater.com is where I get a lot of my stuff. And I will go ahead and unzip this bag. And you got to have a microphone. You got to have a computer. You have to have I'm losing my mind here. No, I'm not. The audio interface. See, I knew what it was. I use it all the time. I just forgot what it was called. That converts the signal to get into your Mac. And then you have to have like an external hard drive so you're not running everything off your host drive. And so this is the brains of everything. Nice travel bag there. Thank you. Pardon my unzipping. So set this over there. Don't hit the keyboard. There's no telling what'll happen. Handy dandy Mac PowerBook laptop. How'd that sticker get on there? Oh, you brander, you. So open it up, and there she blows. The Mac PowerBook. an interesting, powerful, nice little unit, very thin, very sleek, very light. And I have Adobe Audition, which is the program I use, the software program that I use to record. And so I've basically got the core applications that I use. Adobe Audition, I've got Audacity on here, I've got a couple of other programs, and I've got the plugins that I need, and the settings I need are all on here. So they are basically mirrored to what I'm using when I'm using the iMac in the other room. Oh, better put that in a handy-dandy zip-up case. So the computer goes in there, and of course I have a backup drive. This is a USB 2 backup drive as a last resort and to backup stuff. That's not what I would normally record on. I have, of course, there's the Mac power supply. It drains fast when you're recording or when you're editing. I found out it really drains the battery fast, so that's really key and really important. Here is the microphone cable, the XLRs. There you go. Professional mic cable. This is a hub that allows me to hook up interfaces and other devices because the Mac PowerBook has 2 ports only. They're both USB-C, or known in Mac world also as Thunderbolt 3. So in order to get things converted to make them work, you have to have a hub connected to the USB-C. I know you can't see that, but it's a thin little connector. If you know anything about USB-C 3 or Thunderbolt 3, it's a very narrow connector, and that goes into the one port of the the Mac PowerBook laptop, and then you hook the other stuff into it. For example, this little dongle here is so I can have a wireless mouse because it's USB 2. There's a USB 2 port. There's actually 2 of them, and there's a power adapter so I can actually charge into the wall using the the Mac power source. So yeah, that allows me to hook everything up to it. And of course, the interface is the most important thing I want to make sure is hooked up to. Let me see what else I got in here. I have in the second compartment, I'm going to have to repack this anyway. Ah, there we go. In the second compartment, I bought and I purchased an Audient Id4. This was, again, last year. And I got a good deal on a demo model from Sweetwater. And essentially what it is knobs, lots of knobs. The microphone hooks in, of course, to the audio cable, the XLR, and the audio cable hooks into the back of the audio interface. And once that is done, then that makes the connection. The audio interface makes the connection to the, where you at, baby? To the hub, and the hub goes into the Mac PowerBook. And it all sings and makes wonderful magic together. So that, it does work. When I brought it to Texas for the first time, I had multiple sessions. I built a large pillow/mattress fort so I could make sure everything sounded, as treated as possible, and knocked out quite a bit of work in between MC sessions. This is a headphone case, and I don't think there's anything in here right now. No, I was mistaken. These used to be the ones I used in the studio for a while. These are Quincy Jones AKG 70. What are they? I don't remember now. The AKGs, and there is no comparison as far as the sound quality to these Beyerdynamics DT 770s, 770 80 ohm headphones. For me, they are phenomenal. So I actually bought another pair that is actually still in the box. I've never even unboxed them. And that would actually go in here. This was just from the last time I went. I didn't have those. So slowly but surely, You know, I'm buying all the pieces and parts to match everything I've got in the studio. The next big investment will be there we go. Where is that sweet little jewel? And of course I keep little accessories in there like extra cables. Where's that? I wanted to show you the cool little SSD hard drive. It's like a 500. There it is. This little SSD hard drive is super fast. It's a Thunderbolt 3 or USB-C, USB 3, USB-C. This is 500 and some odd gigabytes. It's phenomenal when you think about it, because I go back to when hard drives were massive, big, heavy, clunky things. And, of course, you know, they had to have powered from the wall and everything. Well, this is bus powered. It goes directly, hooks up into the computer via USB-C, and that also hooks up into the USB hub, the hub part that goes into the Mac PowerBook. So all of that works together. And so, yeah, I'm sitting there wherever I'm at. I could be in a family's closet. I could be in a hotel room. Anywhere I can treat the sound, and I have Wi-Fi, and I have everything hooked up, and I set everything up. The only thing I didn't pull out is the mic stand. It was actually like a tabletop mic stand. I've got a mess up here. That I will use to make sure everything is balanced. And there was I did a session when I took my stuff. I guess it was about 8 months or so, and my daughter and the kids were in a hotel room, and so I had to use a Huggies diaper box to give me enough elevation because of where the chair was. I've recorded in my oldest daughter's dressing closet with the doors pulled, sitting on a little kid chair. In a room surrounded by her clothes, which is a great treatment for sound. And so it was very tight, but it was a matter of just, you get the work done. So that is how I function on the road. I will bring this stuff. I will not bring this bag because will be total 3 days gone. What I will do is I will consolidate and actually, because I don't want to pay extra for another bag. Thank you, United. What I will do is I will just consolidate, bring just what I need inside the roll-around suitcase that works as a carry-on, and I will be set. And one of the things I know that I will do this when I get the Sennheiser, again, trying to match the sound and all the hardware. In the other room, I invested in for the audio interface that I use in my studio here in the house. I have a Universal Audio Apollo Mark II Duo, and that thing is fantastic. And what makes it so amazing is you can add various plugins, and it's all there on that device. It doesn't have, and there it comes back. Yeah, so it's going to be a matter of trying to match every piece of hardware I've got. Obviously, the computer is different if it's a portable thing. The idea is to get a universal audio. It's not the Aero. It's the one that just came out. I think it's called the Apollo Universal Audio Solo. That's what it is. I think it's called the Solo. And it's meant, it just hooks up via a USB-C 3, Thunderbolt 3, directly into the Mac. And it is phenomenal from what I've heard. And it's about 2/3 the price of the full-blown Universal Audio Apollo. The cool thing is I can use all the settings that are dialed in that I had done by a professional engineer. All those settings can be locked in and set for this new device. I just connect and it sees my account and it goes there and it knows it, and it has the voice settings already matched, and boom, I'm in business and I can do what I need to do. So that is the plan, to bring the stuff, to have a good time, to party on with Jack and fam in Denver next week, and that is what I'm going to do. So it will be kind of an abbreviated week. However, before then, because folks did know I was leaving, they're needing to get the stuff, the work to me prior to me actually hitting the road. So I'm fully booked up Saturday. Actually, when I get off here, I've got a short job I've got to knock out today, promised to a client. EWN, you will be getting your e-learning VO after I get done with this. I apologize for the extra delay. They weren't expecting it. They put like Monday, but it's always nice to surprise them, isn't it? It is. That's customer service for you, baby. So I've got that to do after I get off here. And then, let's see, Saturday, looked at my calendar and I am fully booked up, probably more than I can get to. Sunday, this feller's taken off. You got to have that balance. You got to have that balance. You cannot be, even though I'm doing the 3-day party thing, the party plane and the Denver thing, next week, Sunday. Do I have a effect I can add to that? I got to find one. It's just not the same when you say Sunday 3 times. Where's that? Console. I think I can do this on the fly. I think I can do this live. This is an example of, you can't see it. Where's it at? Okay. I can bring up the effect panel and the Manly preset inside of the UAD console. And I can do this, and I can go, Sunday! Isn't that obnoxious? I normally have it right here for normal voice. But it's nice to be able to do that live, just to say I could do it live if I wanted to. Yeah, so anyway, what was I? I do stuff like that, and then I can't remember where I was. Where was I? Anybody want to help? No. Let's see. Where was I? Watson, you want to save the day? Huh? Come here, buddy. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was getting Watson to come in here. Watson, come here. He may not be able to get in because of the stand. No one has seen you today, pal. Come here, buddy. Sunday! That's right. Thank you. Let me get the other camera up. Camera. Where are you at? That's not the camera. The iPhone camera's not coming up. I got to figure this out real quick. I can't go a session without... Trust. Yes, trust the camera. All right, where's the camera at? Not seeing him. Don't know why it's not working, but nonetheless, so I can't show you. I'd have to literally get up and move the camera, and he's actually over here. I got to figure this out. I can't not do it. So Sunday, taking the day off, going to Congaree National Park and doing a serious hike with a dear friend, and that is going to be a blast. So it's that whole work-life balance thing. And some of you know what I'm doing on Instagram. I'm doing what's called my 56-56 challenge, which is part of my keeping things in balance. And that is, I have been hiking. The goal is to hike. I'm sorry, I can't get the phone camera to work. Take my word, he's right over here. He's gorgeous. He's fluffy. He's golden. And he's Watson. I've been doing what's called a 56-56 challenge because I'm 56 and because I decided for 56 straight days, rain or shine, cold or heat, mostly heat, that I would hike at least 5.6 miles every single day just to make myself do it, to get out of this sort of sedentary lifestyle that so many of us can fall into if we're not careful. So every morning early, I'm out before the sun is up. And tomorrow, or actually Sunday, will mark day 50 of the 56-56 challenge. And so, I'm going to celebrate by going out with a friend to Congaree National Park on a trail that is supposed to be very, very difficult. And I heard like the bridge is out. It's called King Snake Trail. I mean, that's a cool... All right. You know what? I'm just going to roll. Yeah, Hannah. Yeah, we will. Yep, absolutely, Hannah. Everybody loves Watson. Indeedy do. So, hey, there we go. We got some background music, which means when the background music goes on, I pretty much run out of stuff to say. So, yeah, hitting the road next week. So there will be some stuff work-wise to talk about, but for the most part, it's going to be party time with Mr. Jack and family in Denver, Colorado. Can't wait to get out there and spend some good quality time out from the padded room. And oh, have you guys seen this cool lava lamp back here? Move the mic. Okay. Yeah. What do you think of that, Kazoo? Get in the shot, buddy. Yep, that is a cool lava lamp. It is. Yeah. So I got to repack my bag, and you're welcome. And get everything packed up and ready to go because I got to drop the pups off with a sitter for several days. So yeah, you guys have a blessed and wonderful, safe weekend, and we'll see you next time on the voiceover.